The other one that I wanted to talk about, which is probably my favorite, is Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
So how long were you teammates with him?
Tim and I were teammates for 2 years. He was behind me, and then he caught up to me. Um, so I think we played in high A, and then we played in double A together. So
When you first saw him on the field, again, another Florida guy, what did you think about his baseball ability the first time you saw him?
uh, it, it, he was strong. I thought he was
Yeah.
pretty strong. I think he struggled a little bit defensively. He was still trying to learn and grasp. I mean, pro baseball is no joke. So it was tough for him to kind of come off the streets and go play in the outfield at a fast pace, and then for him to see the consistent pitching, not only in rookie ball but all the way to double A. And he did all right. I thought he did okay for stepping on, getting out of bed and playing professional baseball. It's not easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think he had said he hadn't like swung a bat or played baseball since he was like a junior in high school or something. So, like,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. That from that aspect. Yeah, I mean, people made fun of like the ball hit him in the face and he tripped on stuff and whatever. But like for like you said, somebody who it's been a decade and he's out there grinding. I thought that was really cool. But like, what was the behind the scenes stuff? Like, what was he like as a teammate? What was he like in the locker room?
he's a good guy. He works hard. He takes his conditioning and his lifting very serious. So he was kind of just grinding at that. He'd stay to himself. Um, after games, I think he lived alone and went on his own thing. We hung out a couple times. He bought us a couple spreads. He brought us to PDQ, I think in Gainesville at one time. Um, so yeah, he's a good guy, man. He cares about what he does. Whatever he's doing, he's gonna put 100% effort into getting better, into working at it for sure.
What was it like going on the road though? Because I remember when Tebow Mania came to my little town in Maryland, where like I think it was like the Columbia Fireflies were in town, and they packed the stadium. There was like lines around the block just to get in. Like from your perspective, being on the team with him, what did you think about Tebow Mania?
Yeah, it was in high A it wasn't as much. In double A it wasn't as much as either. I don't think a lot like South Carolina, like that was kind of the southeast range where he played a lot of his college games. And then when you got to Florida, you'd have a couple sellouts and stuff. And then when you got to Binghamton, there was it was kind of double A baseball, so you're not getting a bunch of crowds in Binghamton. But I don't know if that was a shock to him or what. But I know Columbia, they did really really well with ticket sales and Tebow, so I'm not really sure. But high A and double A wasn't anything crazy. But you'd have some crazy fans and maybe screaming and stuff and asking you questions. Kind of just keep to yourself and be a professional.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess as time wore on, I guess like kind of like I guess it was at first the novelty of it. It's like, oh crap, he's here. But now I guess you're right. Yeah, it's like okay, it's been a couple years. Probably Tebow Mania's tapered off a little bit. One last one. So I mean, I think he was an all star in Double A with Binghamton. Was it cool like watching him progress? Like the average went up, the home runs started flying. Like when you're watching him get better and better, was that just cool from your perspective?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing from me was the defense. It was always kind of I don't know. It was a little bit. I don't want to say sketchy out there, but it was just it wasn't like he's a Gold Glove outfielder. So you don't really trust him in the outfield, but he's going to work hard and go hard at every ball. From the hitting standpoint, I think he got better quicker. The power was there. He limited the swing and miss, so the average started to go up. I think he had a pretty good year. Those in betweeners where he just fight off a ball, end of the bat, getting jammed. He's so strong they would just drop and land. And he did well. He worked hard and he was a good teammate. Nothing you can ask more.
I love it. Yeah, I really wish he would have got called up to the big leagues there.